Part B. Directions. In Part B, you will hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you will be asked some questions. The conversations and questions will be spoken just one time. They will not be written out for you, so you will have to listen carefully in order to understand and remember what the speaker says. When you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and decide which one would be the best answer to the question you have heard. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the problem and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Questions 31 to 35. Listen to this phone conversation.
Taxi cab. Can I help you?
Good afternoon. Yes, I have a problem. I phoned for a taxi for 4 o'clock and it still hasn't arrived, and now it's 20 past 4. This is the longest I've ever had to wait.
I'm sorry about that, sir. Could I have your name, please?
It's Harris. Dean Harris.
Is that 14 Daycourt Gardens? To JFK Airport?
Yes, that's right.
Just a moment, Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris, your taxi is on its way. There are roadworks on the A211 and the driver says he's never seen such a traffic jam on that road. But, he'll be there in 5 minutes.
Great, thanks for that. It's not your fault. I'll be waiting outside the house.
Number 31. What is the name of the taxi company? Number 32. How long has the man waited for the taxi? Number 33. What is the man's name? Number 34. Where will the man head to? Number 35. How long will the driver arrive to the man's place? Questions 36 to 40. Listen to the airport's announcement.
Let's listen to the announcement.
Hello. Passengers of Flight 17 bound for Caracas with stops in Atlanta and Miami. The departure gate has been changed to 30B. Also, there will be no departure delay regardless the inclement weather outside. The ground crew is in the process of de-icing the wings in preparation for departure. It also looks like the flight is slightly overbooked, so we are offering complimentary round-trip tickets to a few passengers willing to take a later flight. We should be still boarding at 3:45. Thank you.
Our gate has been changed. Let's go.
Number 36. Who is probably making the announcement? Number 37. What is the ultimate destination of the flight? Number 38. What change has been announced? Number 39. What is offered for passengers who are willing to take a later flight? Number 40. When is the boarding time? Part C. Directions. In Part C, you will hear several talks. After each talk, you will be asked some questions. The talks and questions will be spoken just one time. They will not be written out for you, so you will have to listen carefully in order to understand and remember what the speaker says. When you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and decide which one would be the best answer to the question you have heard. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the problem and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Question 41 to 45. Listen to the tips given by the woman.
During a job interview, your behavior, clothes, and speech are important. It's important that you arrive on time and be polite, sincere, and organized. Most people don't realize that the way one dresses for an interview is also important. If your clothes are wrinkled or mismatched, the interviewer may think that you really don't care about your appearance and even about the quality of your work. Your outfit doesn't have to cost a fortune, but it should be neat and clean to make a good impression on the interviewer. And please don't arrive at the interview in clothes that have stains or rips. Don't borrow your friends' clothes if they don't fit well. This one is the common mistakes that job seekers make. They don't want to spend the money and end up losing a chance to get an offer. It is important to remember that if you don't make a good first impression, you may not get a chance to make another one. When you speak, you need to adjust your speech rate. If the interviewer speaks fast, you have to speak just as fast. If the person in charge speaks slowly, you'll have to slow down. Research has shown that most people like those individuals who speak at the same speed as they do.
Number 41. What is the main purpose of this talk? Number 42. Below are the important aspects during a job interview, except. Number 43. What does the speaker say about an interview outfit? Number 44. What is a common mistake people make when they go for an interview? Number 45. How should interviewees adjust their speech rate? Question 46 to 50. Listen to the information given by the man.
For those of you taking part in the trip to Hawaii next week, I'd like to give you a little information about the weather that you can expect there. You can expect the average daily temperature there to be about 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 26 degrees Celsius. This is the average daily temperature in the springtime. When we will be there, it is interesting to note that it only gets a few degrees warmer in the summer and a few degrees colder in the winter. One important factor that keeps the temperature so constant and moderate in Hawaii is the trade winds. These are winds that blow in on the northeast, or windward, side of the islands on an almost daily basis. The trade winds blow through the islands an average of slightly more than 300 days per year, and they are the strongest during the heat of the afternoon and turn into a cooling breeze in the evening. The trade winds also keep the humidity down, which makes the weather even more pleasant. I hope this information will help you to understand the weather conditions that you are going to encounter next week on your trip. It should also help you decide what types of clothes you should be packing for your trip.
Number 46. According to the talk, what is the average daily temperature in Hawaii? Number 47. In what season of the year will the trip take place? Number 48. What is the weather like in Hawaii? Number 49. What is true about trade winds? Number 50. What will the people listening to the talk probably be doing soon?